My name's Waksman, and I'm the founder of a company called Retail MBA. And Retail MBA helps product companies get their products on the shelves of Walmart or any other chain store retailer. So if you have a great product that you think should be on the shelves of, say, a major retailer, such as specialty retailers or department stores or grocery stores or online retailers or whatever it is for you, our systems will tell you exactly how to get your products to those stores in the next few weeks or few months. And by the way, our information is always about how to get the products in the stores regardless of sales experience or buyer relationships. There's probably 4 categories of people who really benefit from Retail MBA, if I could really kind of hone in on that. And the first person is a person who's created a product, they love it, they believe in it, but they have thousands of these products in their garage or their warehouse, and they are stuck, and they need to figure out how to make money with that product, and they just got to get into stores, do something with it, and sell it on a mass scale. So that's one person who could really benefit from Retail MBA. The second one is a guy or a woman who basically has never sold anything before in their lives, but they have this product they really believe in, and they've been trying to reach out to sales reps, like manufacturers reps, to get their products into stores. And the manufacturers reps are not selling their product for some reason, or they're just not selling it in the volume that they believe should be sold, and they're just stuck and they really want to grow their business, and they need someone to walk them through the process. And then there's the other person who's been selling to retailers for a while. So they have retail accounts, but they want to grow their business in a big way, and they want to know, how to deal with some of the objections that they're dealing with the retailers. Maybe their packaging is off, maybe their pricing is off, maybe they need advanced sales strategies to get those products in the stores, and what to say to those buyers ultimately to flip that switch with those buyers. And so that's another group. And the final group are people who maybe have a buyer meeting coming up, but you're really worried about whether or not you're saying the right thing in that meeting. You want to slam dunk in that meeting. You want to rock that buyer meeting, and you want to make sure that whatever you're going to say in that meeting is ultimately going to get you that chain store order. So ultimately, those are the reasons why most people work with me at Retail MBA. First person who purchased my course, my Retail MBA course, is a guy named Chuck. And I love him, and he has had such tremendous success, and I really want to share that story. So Chuck was a guy who's a property manager. He had no sales experience, had nothing to do with retail, but he came up with this really cool product. And essentially it's called Lace Anchors, and you can check it out, laceanchors.com. And so what happened is, what Lace Anchors is really is a way to make your shoe into kind of a slipper. It holds the laces on your shoes. It's kind of a cool little product. And so anyways, he believed in this thing, and he just wanted to get this thing into stores, and he just didn't know where to go, and he just wanted to understand the industry. So what happened was he purchased my program, and within 2 weeks, he got a meeting with a major chain store. And so they had 1,000 stores that they were responsible for, and so he gets this meeting, so number one, he's super excited already. And the second thing is that he reviews the program, makes sure he understands everything, and he goes to that meeting and he feels like a rock star because he knows exactly what to say to this buyer. And ultimately, he lands a test with that chain store. And essentially that means that if they bought a small quantity to make sure that this product is going to sell. And today, Chuck is in all 1,000 of those stores. And not only that, but he's going international. This is just one retailer. The sky's the limit for him. And this is a guy who just didn't know that retail industry just needed to understand the process and needed to make sure that he had someone holding his hand through that process. And so that's my success story with Chuck. Retail MBA is probably the most comprehensive course available today on how to get your products into stores. And I can say this with all honesty because I've done a ton of research on this subject, and I was looking for something like this for years. So essentially it comes with 10 DVDs, 5 books, a binder, a carrying case that's physically delivered to your home. It also includes an online retail website, essentially, where you get access to all the DVDs, all the trainings online, so you can get immediate access to that. It's probably 15 to 20 hours worth of content, and then as well as the books and so forth. So it's really, really powerful. And the stuff that I talk about is specifically how to prepare your product for chain store success. So packaging, pricing, logistics, software, what they're expecting from you when you're dealing with these stores. And then, more importantly, how to find the right buyer to go after. And more importantly, exactly what to say to these buyers to get them to buy. I provide scripts, pitches and what I use to get products into stores, as well as what to do in that meeting and the 10 things to include in that meeting. And so important to get that meeting right. And all the research and everything associated with getting your products into stores, basically from start to finish, on all the things that could possibly happen to you and going after these stores so that you're really supported and you can get your products into stores. Now, I will also say that I included a monthly call access to me where you can spend some time asking me your most pertinent questions as you're going out to stores. So I don't leave you hanging. You actually get a personal interaction with me, and people love it, as well as a community of other people who are like-minded dealing with the same struggles. I've actually set that up so that people can talk to one another, get support. It's really just, it's an awesome program. So the story's pretty funny. Actually, I never thought I'd get into the training business. This is not my thing. I'm a salesperson. I'm good at getting products in stores. I'm good at selling. That's my thing. But 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago, something really significant happened in my life. A guy shows up who I've known for a long time, who was in a totally different industry. He was in sales. He'd been selling 20 years in sales and software or something. And he approached me. We'll call him Bob. And Bob had another friend who had a new product. And so they wanted Bob to sell this product for him. And they figured he had 20 years of sales experience, he'll get these products in the stores. So Bob reaches out to me just to make sure, because he knew that I was part of the retail industry and he wanted to make sure, is this a good product before I go spend some effort here? And so I looked at the product, I said, this thing's awesome, it's gonna do well, you're gonna do well. So he goes, thanks, I'm so excited. So I forget about this conversation, doing my thing. 3 months later, he calls me up and he says, Karen, you're so wrong about this product. Not one buyer talked to me. Nobody bought this thing. You're insane. There's nothing good with this product. I said, it's impossible. He goes, Karen, if you think it's impossible, will you do me a favor? Will you just get them started, help them get products in the stores? Just do me the favor. Within 30 days, I got those products into, say, Walmart.com, Spencer Gifts, all these major retailers in 30 days. He had 20 years of sales experience, and he could not get a buyer to talk to him and ultimately get them to buy. And so it forced me to take a look at what I did to get products into stores for years and how I got those products in stores in 30 days. And so that's where I realized that there was two things that I never paid attention to before. One is that I had a formula that worked regardless of sales experience because what I was doing was all strategy work. I was creating a story and coming up with an angle for these buyers that was so irresistible that I could get those products in the stores. It had nothing to do with my hustling or cold calling or anything. The other thing I realized was I didn't have any buyer relationships in those categories, and so neither did he, but so I still got those products in the stores. So that's where I realized I had a formula that I consistently used for years to get millions of units into retailers. And so that's when I decided to start out and actually lay out a plan, because I figured if I could write out what I've been doing for years and support all these people who are struggling to get products in the stores, I could really help people out. And so I started out with an ebook, ultimately writing out how I pitch buyers, and people loved this thing. And I started speaking across the country at all the biggest trade shows in the world, and ultimately led me to Retail MBA. It's been the biggest gift of my life to help people get their products in the stores. So ultimately, you do not need sales experience or buyer relationships. I know this to be true because I have students who use my programs, and I've been doing this for several years now, and I truly wish that anybody had the same experience that I do getting products into stores.